Lyushina smiles as she kills the soldiers of the Phantom Legion. She says that she is glad that she followed Zeon as her master. Zeon says that they still need to push further forward. Lyushina tells Zeon that she would open up the path for him as she accumulates her blood mana and releases all of it at once, which clears their path forward. Lyushina tells her master to move ahead. Zeon rides the black horse and rushes towards the Phantom Legion. There is only one reason why Zeon made the demons summon the Phantom Legion and is running there himself. Zeon is doing this because this is the only way to obtain the Kronos' tool, and to be exact, someone with the coordinates to summon the Legion must directly engage in the eternal battle. This is the first condition that needs to be met in order to obtain the Kronos' tool. Zeon uses dark vision and orders the shadows made by Black Star fall to stop the arrows flying towards and take care of the rest. He summons Eclaxia and uses a new power named Black Dot. Zeon doesn't want to stop and orders the horse to keep going forward, as he will take care of the other nuisances. He uses an attack named Dark Coating Return. Some other entities try to stop Zeon, but he uses Black Flash. As he reaches near the boss, he extends Eclaxia's range by using the Black Star's aura. He jumps straight in front of the boss and deals a full force attack. Due to the clash between them, the knight's red sword scatters into pieces. The knight accumulates his aura to support the sword, while Zeon concentrates the Black Star into Eclaxia and uses Black Flash. The knight notices that Zeon is up in the sky, but by the time he notices, Zeon vanishes, leaving his dark aura behind. Zeon suddenly appears in front of the knight and tries to attack, but the knight blocks and deflects Zeon's attack. Zeon jumps backwards and attacks the knight one more time. The knight holds Zeon's sword with his hand, then leaves it as the knight decides to deal a counterattack. Zeon notices that the knight is going for a counterattack, so he decides to dodge the attack. The knight surprises Zeon by telling him that he won't lose to Zeon. The knight says that he has been looking forward to fighting Zeon. The knight says that he was looking forward to it because he thought that maybe, just maybe, his endlessly repeating punishment may end today. But he feels disappointed and asks Zeon why he is so weak. Zeon realizes that the gap between their basic skills is definitely big, and even when he amplified Black Star, the attack itself didn't work. Zeon says that there is only one way left to deal with this king of the Phantom Legion, as he again amplifies Black Star Fall's aura into Eclaxia, which creates a sudden burst of dark aura. On the other hand, the captain of the Ashen Lion Division, captain of the 5th Unit, Karen, together with the vice-captain of the 5th Unit, Paulo, followed Zeon and are now searching for Zeon's whereabouts. Karen tells Paulo that it's a shame that they are out here looking for the deposed prince. Paulo laughs and tells him to never mind that and enjoy the surrounding scenery. As they were talking, Karen gets shocked as he sees a huge barrier in front of them. Karen, the captain, orders his 5th unit of the Ashen Lion Division to approach this barrier first. Inside the barrier, both Zeon and the king tries to attack each other with their halved sword. As the king tries to swing his sword, he realizes his hand fall off along with his sword. Finally, Zeon is now using Lunar Eclipse. It is one of the ultimate amplifiers and one of the best reversal techniques that Zeon has, exploding all the Black Star that exist in his body in an instant, raising all his abilities beyond their limits due to that Zeon is currently at his peak. Zeon gets behind the king. The king notices and turns around, and Zeon strikes first. The king thinks that he blocked Zeon's attack for a brief moment, but he notices that Zeon's dark aura is overpowering his blue aura. Zeon tells the king that he has something that he wanted to ask. Zeon asks the king who is the weaker one now. On the other hand, the knights appointed by Princess Evelyn is struggling to break the barrier. The captain says that even when fighting giants, he didn't need to put in this much effort. The vice-captain conceives that Zeon is inside the barrier and thinks whether he is dead or not. Suddenly, the captain shouts at them to move aside because he has to try one more time and decides to focus all his power into one point. As a result, he successfully cracks the barrier. The vice-captain orders the soldier to focus their attacks in the crack regions before the barrier restores. They manage to break the barrier and enter the village. As they enter, they witness some monster they had never seen before and watch Prince Zeon fighting a knight. Zeon and the king fight vigorously, and the king finds it impossible to dodge Zeon's attacks. As the king decides to do something, Zeon reacts to it and tells the king that his cheap tricks will not work this time while swinging his sword. The king ducks and Zeon attacks the king's face with his elbow. Zeon is running out of time as he has only 1 minute left before the lunar eclipse disappears. The king wonders how could this happen so suddenly, because everything about this fight is different from before and got way above his level. The king uses his blue flame again while Zeon slides backwards. The king says that at first he determined Zeon was weak, but now he became a little expectant and says that Zeon is indeed worthy to be called the owner of the coordinates Kronos judgment, and at the same time, the savior who will save them from this hellish battlefield that repeats forever. The king says that if Zeon succeeds to withstand this attack too, he will truly acknowledge him. The king uses an attack named Black Flame Ocean, which can even pierce the sky. The captain who was watching the fight says that it's complete madness. Zeon thinks that there is about 5 seconds remaining from his lunar eclipse, so he has no other choice but to crush this attack head-on. The king of the Phantom Legion, who was stuck in an endless loop of battle, was waiting for the person to show up who will end his cursed fate. Zeon absorbs the king's mighty attack with his lunar eclipse. Zeon calls the king by his name, the Abyss. The Abyss thanks Zeon for this battle and for freeing them from their cursed fate. The Phantom Legion army was destroyed as per Zeon's plan, and he enters a portal to finish the next objective ahead. As he enters the portal, he meets an unknown person who asks whether the cursed army have met their demise. Are you not going to ask who I am? The person questions. Guardian is the only name which came to Zeon's mind because this person was regarded as the Guardian in the novel. The 5 questions? Where are they? Zeon questions. The Guardian asks Zeon how he already knows what is the reward for defeating the cursed army. The Guardian points at Zeon and tells him that he is not a hero. How did this happen? How can the destiny be changed? The Guardian wonders. According to the destiny, the hero should be the one to destroy the army and come here. A destiny? What do you mean by it? Zeon asks. The Guardian explains that all records of one's past, present, and future are their fortune. The time when a being exists in the world is their life. If you combine the two together, it becomes their destiny. Destiny is decided from the very start, so it can be tweaked slightly, but not changed. He says that the commonly used phrase that you decide your own destiny, it's all nonsense. So, originally, the hero defeated the cursed army and Zeon shouldn't be here right now. Destiny cannot be changed, these words repeat in the Guardian's mind. Zeon thinks whether the Guardian is referring to the novel when he is talking about destiny. The Guardian comes to a conclusion and says that all the things that is happening right now means there has been a variable in destiny, and for that to be possible, a transcendent being has to interfere. The Guardian looks at Zeon and gets astonished as he finds out that Zeon's destiny is not visible at all, as if he didn't even existed in this world. Are you saying you won't give it to me? Zeon asks. The Guardian replies that's not the point because just by coming here, Zeon is already deserving of that. The Guardian gives Zeon a bracelet. Kronos, the ancient deity, asked mankind 5 questions, which is known as Kronos' 5 questions and the mythical item whose power embodies them. Kronos' 5 questions. The 5 colored gems embedded in the bracelet are each a question. The power inherent within each is a natural disaster organ. More than that, the 5 colored gems are consumable and can be used only once each. It's an item fitting the name mythical. The Guardian explains the function of the bracelet to Zeon. He says that the question will be filled in when Zeon brings in the coordinates because, to begin with, the Phantom Army came from the power of the question. Before Zeon's departure, the Guardian says that he has one last question. Who are you? The Guardian asks. Zeon smiles and leaves without giving a proper answer. In the village, Karen is still in shock as he couldn't fathom what the hell happened here. He thinks that previously a sword of destruction created by the king of the Phantom Legion was crushed by Prince Zeon's single blow. How can this be possible? The captain wonders. He looks for Prince Zeon as he disappeared along with the king. Are you here to kill my master as well? Are you master's enemy? Lyoshina asks the captain in a deadly voice. The vice-captain replies, saying no, and tells Lyoshina that they are the knights sent by Her Royal Highness Evelyn to protect Prince Zeon. As they were talking, General Liam speaks up and says that Karen would never take on missions like assassinations. General Liam, why are you here? Is this really the place you came after retirement? The captain asks abruptly. Liam answers by saying yes, and he says that he didn't think that they would be fighting against such a huge army. Karen replies that he is glad seeing that General Liam is safe. What happened here? Can you explain it to me? Karen asks. Liam replies while pointing at Liushina that a phantom army appeared, and they were completely annihilated by this woman and Prince Xian. Karen replies that this woman and Prince Xian must be monsters to be able to fight such an army. In the meantime, Liushina turns as she looks for Xian and wonders where her master might be. Xian comes out from the portal. As he comes out, Prince Xian says that he needs some time to rest first. 5 days have passed since the army invasion. Prince Xian decides to leave the village. General Liam says that he would follow Xian as he made a promise. Prince Xian tells Liam to stay in the village for now. Xian looks at Liam and thinks that the purpose of coming out of the palace this time was to get Kronos' 5 questions along with his proof of succession. Liam is just a side benefit for him, and for now, it's good to have him, but it does not really matter if he doesn't. But of course later it might be different when there is a full-scale war with the demons. So Xian tells Liam that someday he would find Liam when he needs Liam's assistance. Liam replies that he won't refuse Xian's judgment and tells Xian that he would always be ready whenever Xian will need him. Xian feels like the seeds must be close to ripping, those seeds that he has sowed before he left the abandoned palace. So now it's time to harvest one of them. The news that the Phantom Legion disappeared reached the Information Guild of the Eye of the Moon. Aileen, manager of the Information Guild, asks the informant for the report on the Phantom Legion. The informant gives her the report and tells Aileen that it was submitted by the special intelligence agent, Neri, who followed Prince Xian, so there shouldn't be any mistake. According to the report, Prince Xian's party reached the village and summoned a barrier and the army not long after. By the time the barrier disappeared, the Phantom Legion had been annihilated. No one remained besides Prince Xian and his underling, a woman with red eyes, along with Liam Raynor, the Ghost King. The Ashen Lion Division also revealed themselves. After reading this news hasn't been revealed somewhere else yet, right? Aileen asks. The informant replies, saying yes. Aileen thinks that if this information leaks out, not only will it shake up the Imperial City, but also the whole capital. What about Prince Xian? Aileen asks. The informant says that he doesn't think Prince Xian will stop by this place, as he will presumably head straight to the Imperial City. Does Prince Xian want me to directly report to him at the Imperial Palace and convey the information to the members of the Assembly? Aileen thinks deeply. Lastly, the informant says that he has one more news, and the news is that a man who is believed to be a hero has shown up. Aileen asks the informant to elaborate. In the training ground, Xian is trying to increase the potency of his Black Star Fall. He finds it hard to break through and attains the potency level of 3 stars. Xian understands that he must develop. Priscilla enters the training ground and says that she has heard that Xian has defeated the Phantom Legion this time. What brings you here, Priscilla? Xian asks. Priscilla replies that she would like to aid Sir Xian in his endeavors. Xian asks Priscilla how she is going to help with her magic skills, which can't even handle assassins, let alone a low-class demon. Do you perhaps have wonderful information-gathering skills? If it's neither, do you have the authority to mobilize your entire family or the magic tower? Xian questions and tells Priscilla that he doesn't mind her roaming round his palace, however. If she desires anything more than that, then Priscilla must prove herself worthy of it. Priscilla says that she understands and leaves the training ground. Prince thinks that this should be enough incitement for her. According to Xian, if Priscilla doesn't want to become the Princess of Misfortune like she did in the novel, she'll have to put in bone-shattering effort. Thierry Ilones, leader of the Eternal Shadows, tells Xian that the cross-verification that Xian ordered is done. Additionally, she says that it seems that a coronation ceremony to officially acknowledge your status as the successor will be held soon. But in the process of preparing for that ceremony, they've detected movements from Third Prince Enoch and Regan Ursula's side. Are they finally on the move? Xian wonders. Xian says that he would go to the Imperial Palace alone. But before that, he asks Thierry whether the things that he ordered are ready. Thierry replies that everything's ready, but she asks, will everything really go as per Prince Xion's plan? Of course, it's my master who devised it. Has master ever been wrong before? Lucina speaks up as she suddenly appears. She asks Xion whether she can come with him. Xion says that he doesn't want Lucina to go and tells her that the things that Lucina always looks for won't happen this time. Xion pats Lucina's head and tells Lucina that there's something he must do by staying here, so he tells her to wait a little longer and leaves. In the imperial palace, many guests and all the nobles have gathered. Prince Enoch and Regan look at each other as they think that all the preparations are planned perfectly. Everyone is waiting for the main character, Prince Xion Agnes of this coronation. But he is a bit late. They gossip how Xion subjugated the Phantom Legion. One person says, who would have thought that the imprisoned Prince Xion would subjugate a catastrophe of such difficulty? They assume that the Emperor might have known about Xion's potential from the very beginning, which is why the Imperial Emperor chose Xion as his successor. While some people think that Princess Evelyn might have orchestrated everything as the Ashen Division, and also the Ghost King Liam Raynor was present. As they were gossiping, suddenly an announcement is made that His Highness the Imperial Prince Xion Agnes has arrived. Xion enters and sits on a chair beside Princess Diana. Diana tells Xion that it's her first time meeting Xion after the throne room. She congrats Xion for subjugating the Phantom Legion. However, she says that if Xion keeps giving off such intimidating vibes, no one here is going to dare approach him. Why would I want to attract these people? I don't think they'll be very useful, Xion answers. The event manager announces that Prince Xion's succession ceremony shall commence. He requests Prince Xion to take the stage. The person reads that, the great Agnes Empire that has persisted for 400 years from the first emperor, His Majesty Aurelian. Regan intervenes and attracts everyone's attention and says that first, he would like to extend his congratulations for the achievements of this coronation's main character, His Highness Prince Xion, on his subjugating of the Phantom Legion. The manager tries to stop Regan by telling Sir Regan that wait for the ceremony to finish, but Regan doesn't listen to him. Regan says that up until recently, no one would have thought that His Highness would be able to tackle one of the catastrophes and was called the imprisoned prince became a public laughingstock. Up until a few months ago, His Highness Prince Xion became a completely different man. Regan accuses Xion by saying that Prince Xion passed the succession ceremony with confidence and even tackled a disaster. But just how could His Highness have changed so much within such a short period of time? Regan questions. Additionally, Regan adds that even if Prince Xion gained some strength due to his Agnes blood awakening, it is impossible to acquire such power in such a short period of time. Lastly, Regan concludes that Prince Xion is possessing a realm of strength that cannot be achieved through conventional means.